Consider the function f of x is x cubed minus 5x squared minus 4x plus 20. We want to find one linear factor and hence express f of x as a product of three linear factors. So let's try f of 1. That's going to be 1 minus 5 minus 4 add 20, and that's not equal to 0. What about f of negative 1? That would be negative 1, take 5, add 4, add 20, and that's not 0. What about f of 2? That would give me 8, take away 20, take away 8, add 20, and that is equal to 0, and that tells us by the factor theorem that x minus 2 is a factor. So our cubic is going to be x minus 2 multiplied by a quadratic. Now because this is an x cubed here, the first thing must be an x squared. Because this is a 20 and that's a negative 2, that's a positive 20, we must have minus 10, and we don't know what's going in the middle. So if we look at the x squareds, up here we have negative 5x squareds, and that's got to be equal to negative 2x squared plus ax squared. And that would tell me that a was equal to negative 3. So we have x minus 2, x squared minus 3x minus 10, and that's x minus 2, x plus 2, x minus 5. Now we want to find the coordinates of the y-intercept. That's when x is equal to 0, and that means that f of x is just going to be 20. So that's just 0, 20. State the behavior of f of x as x tends to positive or negative infinity. Well, we can see the x cubed term is positive, and that means the graph is going to be this shape. So that means that as x tends to infinity, y also tends to infinity. On this side it goes off the top of the graph. As x tends to negative infinity, so x goes this way, then we can see it goes off the bottom, so y would tend to negative infinity. So we now want to sketch the graph of y equals f of x showing the axes intercepts. So we have our x-axis over here and our y-axis up here. And from here we can see the x-intercepts are at negative 2, 2 and 5. And there's a y-intercept here at 20. So we know the shape. It's going to come up and it will take its maximum somewhere between these two. Not going to really be tested on exactly where that is at the moment. And then that'll come down and round and it'll go off in this direction. So that's negative 2, 2, 5, and this one here is 20.